I'm here in the Perthshire town of Kinross at a B&B called BurNbank, and as you can see they are proud holders of the GTBS Gold Award. Along with that, they also are members of a number of other schemes, all proudly displayed here on the door. And there's the GTBS certificate and the Cheetah Slow Perth certificate. And today I'm here to speak to Anne, the proud owner of BurNbank, about her efforts with green tourism.
Hello George, come in. Welcome.
Thank you. So Anne, I suppose one of the first questions would be sort of, what do you think of as sustainability and green tourism and how it all works?
Oh gosh, that is a huge subject which it covers, to me, it covers every single aspect of your life. You know, it's interwoven in everything that we do. So it's not just one big thing, although when we first bought BurNbank we decided that we'd look at all the big things and very soon realised that the house doesn't point in the right direction for solar panels, we don't have enough ground to do heat exchange, we don't have a room capable of taking a biomass boiler or anything like that. So what we had to do was to look at all the little things and hope that they would add up to something worthwhile doing, which, you know, now that we've got the gold standard of green tourism, which we're very proud of, obviously the small things make a difference.
I think that's a nice thing, because I think it shows that you don't need the wind turbine, do you? Because no. you don't have the wind turbine,
no.
But yet you're doing so many things, and you actually got quite a good gold award as well because of all the little things you are doing.
Yeah, yeah, you just have to think very long and hard about everything. I mean, I went through the criteria with a fine-tooth comb and thought, what can I do for every single thing, you know? I mean, I was already green, I was trying to be in my previous job, buying local suppliers and using local produce because I was a catering manager. So I'd already started down the route, but I was a very small fish in a big organisation and didn't have that much influence. The joy of being your own boss, buying a bed and breakfast and being your own boss, is that you can do exactly what you want. So I was able to implement all the things that I wanted to do.
And can you give me some examples of the sort of things you've been really happy and that have really worked out well?
Right, well, one of the first things we looked at was purchasing, because you need to get your suppliers on board so that they have the same principles as you. So we buy all our chemicals and our toiletries for the bedrooms. They're all e-cover, which we get from Green City, which is a wholesaler in Glasgow. The thing I like about Green City is it's a very ethical company. It's a cooperative, so everyone who works there owns a part of the company. And they have what some people would regard as strange policies. They won't deliver less than £200 worth of goods, which means that they're not doing 60 miles to deliver £20 worth of something because the chef's forgotten to order it, you know. And sometimes it's quite hard for us to put together an order for £200 because we're only small, we only have 3 bedrooms. But it's worth trying, you know, and but so far we've managed to do it quite successfully.
I suppose that's maybe one thing, is there is quite a lot of organisation and planning involved. So I suppose we're not saying you need a lot of money to be green or you know, to do something huge, but there is quite a lot of effort and dedication to it.
You have to think very hard, yeah, and forward plan, yeah, but doing a lot of thinking, looking at every aspect and saying, how can I affect this? You know? Just things like, the first thing I do when a guest checks out in the morning, go up to the room. First thing is check to make sure they've left the room key, because you'd be surprised how many people go off with them in their pockets. Second thing is to check that they've not left the TV on standby.
And you find quite a few have?
Oh, quite a few do.
Yeah.
But less and less. People are becoming more, even just in the just under 4 years that we've been here, we have noticed a difference in people's attitudes to sustainability. You know, people will very carefully put on one side the towels they haven't used.
Right, okay.
They'll take, if they don't use 2 pillows, they'll take the pillows off the bed and put them very carefully to one side so they don't have to be washed.
Right, okay.
We frequently find that people have sorted their rubbish, so there'll be a stack of newspapers and a couple of cans in a nice neat little pile next to the rubbish bin.
Right.
Yeah. And people do tell us quite often that they've chosen us because of our green credentials.
Right, okay.
Which to me is very, very gratifying, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's only going to get bigger. I think people are becoming more aware of it.
Because I think that's the nice thing, isn't it? I think there's certain things that you do just because they're the right thing to do, but then there's maybe others that save money or can bring in some income as well, which is a nice way to look at it as well.
Oh, well, certainly a lot of things about being green are actually money-saving things.
Yeah.
You know, incredible amount of, you know, we try to make as much as possible ourselves here from raw ingredients, you know, so very, very little is bought in. You know, the breakfast cereals, the bread, all the preserves, all of that is homemade.
Right.
And it's cheaper than buying them. I haven't mastered cornflakes yet. I think that's a bit beyond me. But apart from that, you know, everything else at breakfast is virtually everything is homemade.
Yeah, and I suppose there's a time element to that, but again, if you're planning and organised, it's easy enough to accomplish.
And you can do, to a certain extent, you can do bulk cooking, which also saves money on fuel.
Yeah.
You know, so we plan our menus, because we do dinners as well.
Right.
And we plan our menus very, very carefully.
Excuse me, dog.
Dad, we're recording. What did you want?
There you go.
Oh, just bear with me a second. Oh, hang on. Oh.
How do you pause?
Did you get my email? I haven't found. You have? Oh, good. 5 minutes ago. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. I couldn't remember whether you said you were going away or not. No. So, you know, with having your coffee in the car, but you might be going off on a jolly for a few days.
No.
Right, I'll be able to do the newsletter.
We're having an invasion of family.
Ah, right. Okay. I'll leave you just to...
Leave yourself.
Oh.